Welcome back to Time with Empress Lysa for a soul dive interview with the beautiful Kim Nicol, who is an author and a leader, really sharing mindfulness and insight with others to help us all see the world with more clarity. And I am so excited to be able to be spending time with Kim, who's in San Francisco today. Welcome in, Kim.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
I think why I have been really drawn to reach out to Kim is that she has such a gentle, loving heart that I feel impacted by everything that she shares on her social media. I had one of the readers who has enjoyed my book say, you need to read Kim's books and check her work out. So I started following her since then. And congratulations on releasing your third book.
Thank
every
you.
day. I just love the way it looks. I feel like I want to pick it up. And would you like to tell us a little bit about why you knew it was time to bring every day into the world, Kim?
I would love you. I can even show it to you if you want to see it.
Please show it.
I know, this is the proof. It will be in the Amazon store, but it's amazing to be able to hold it like in my own hands. And one of the things I loved about this book and why I wanted to offer it is, I mean, in San Francisco and also just on social media, I see and hear a lot of people who are wanting to connect to something on the inside of them that feels deep and true and wise. And I also see a lot of people who are kind of chasing these really big experiences, almost like the bucket list style of things. And I think all of that's fine, but I feel like there's so much magic in these everyday moments, like in these little mundane moments that we tend to simply forget about or just to overlook because they're so common. So all of this book was about wanting to recapture and bring people back into the magic of your everyday life. And what is it like when you meet life, like real life, everyday life, in this very mindful way, so that you don't have to be on a retreat or you don't have to be in this really wild adventure, but actually tapping into your own experience of being alive in your everyday life. That's what this book was wanting to talk about.
You've taken me there just in that description, Kim. So, I think that we know that people can guide us through one-on-one or in person or online, and some of us don't have the time and space to actually access that. Or if we do, it's kind of once a year sort of a thing. But that description just brought me into this richness, this feeling of being alive and really enjoying and appreciating every moment. And I would love you to share a little bit about what brought you to the capacity to see this within life for yourself, Kim.
It was a combination of a few life events that were happening simultaneously.
So, it's up from multiple angles when we need to see.
Yeah. So, on one level, I had this, like, a good job, very stable, good. Yeah, it was a typical good job. And I was working in publishing, and it was very, 9 to 5, very corporate, and it was fine. And at the same time, I had become a hospice volunteer and wanted to understand more about end of life, in part because my aunt had passed away from cancer, and hospice had been part of her transition. I also had been practicing meditation and mindfulness with my own teacher and in my own life, which opened up my own ideas about what it is to be alive and what it means to have limited time. And a few other things, my brother was hit by a car and he lived, but that was one of the most frightening moments. And someone else in my office was hit by a bus and died. And so I had come to this point of realizing that we never know how much time we have. And this all culminated on this conference call I had at work one day, where I was on this conference call, checking my email, eating lunch, like not really there. And I thought to myself, gosh, this meeting is such a waste of my time. And the voice I heard echo back to me said, Kim, this is your life. And all of a sudden I realized I am showing up every day to this job that doesn't mean anything to me anymore. And that's not okay, because I'm giving my life away to something that doesn't matter. And that really stopped me in my tracks. And then the next several months was turning over these questions of, well, what do I want to give my life to? And how do I want to live? And what do I want? What does that even look like? And so over the last few years, that included, walking away from that corporate life in order to further explore, what does it mean to live my life as if it mattered to me? And so everything I began to look at through this different way. And I began to see how things changed when the way that you perceived and looked at them changed. Mm. And so part of the writing is a way that I can invite other people to look at life through this mindfulness lens. And the desire and the hope is that then they will start to notice things in their own life that reawaken that sense of magic, or that re-inspire their sense of purpose, or that simply kind of realign them to what matters most for them.
Wow, sweetheart. I feel like you are sitting in such a beautiful perception of what is, that just hearing you invites other people to be able to try on different lenses, different ways of perceiving. And I love that every day is this compendium of perceptions and ideas that, there's almost so much pressure when we get a book and we're like, need to begin and need to finish it. And that's not the experience of your book. I really love that you've been so accommodating and so supportive of the reader that they can literally just open up any page and go to any place and just find a small part. And so I think that it's so easily digestible and absorbable, and that one idea alone will be a real gift for them to be able to open up and see what they see through that you're helping everybody see the world clearer. And I've been really moved by what you're offering, and I want to encourage anyone. I want to get my own copy of Every Day. It's so Offering and Devotion are actually the two beautiful mindfulness books that Kim has prepared already. And Offering is really that look at mindfulness, but Devotion is really about finding our own hearts and our own capacity to really love what is. So now every day it's like apply, we're going to offer devotion every day. And I just love how it's so simple but so profound. And so I just want to stand up and thank you for your contributions to the world on behalf of your readers and your beautiful creations, that I can feel you sharing your heart, and I'm really excited. If there was a message that you would be privileged to be able to share with anyone listening, what would be the one thing that your heart would really want to share with them, Kim?
Oh, I would say that it's okay to not know. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to be uncertain about things. And it can be a really hard place to be. Yeah. It can be so hard, but it's okay. It's actually not a problem. It's part of the journey of unfolding and walking into the world of possibility. So it's okay.
Oh, you're beautiful. I've got Kim's links. Definitely go and check it out. Follow her goodness. I watch it. I love it. And you can check out if you want to follow Lysa Black and what I have to share about sharing our hearts in the world. I so much love. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you, Kim, darling one.
Thank you.